Okay, so today we have a song start that I did, I don't know, a year ago or 2 years ago. And it's got a great spacey emotion, but it's going to be interesting to see how I can develop it into a song. So we're starting early. So let's give it a try, see what we can do with it. I'll drag this guy down. I don't know. It'd be funny. I wonder what this guy was. Anyway, let's give it a try. First, I'll play it first. Okay, ready? Here. Okay, cool song. Few things came to mind. A couple little tiny tweaks for one. First of all, this is a little order of business. I want this note to extend longer, even though it's almost silent by that time. You want to feel like it's hanging on. There, easy enough. Then we stay with this doom 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 like that thing for the entire thing. I think almost like we should invest, but this song is already 3 minutes something long, but this song can go on for a long time. I think we need to get away from the bong bong, and then go somewhere else, and then when we come back to it at the end, it'll feel like a bit of a reward. Something else. Also at the very end here, there's a darn thing. It's kind of weird. It turns this note, which is, it seems like a little bit like, and the song's done. A little bit too obvious, like. I'll leave it for now. Whatever. Worth thinking about. Where do you go? I mean, this is a real challenge messing with this guy. So, boop. Excuse me. That's kind of silly. Doo-doo. Let's try to make it so I get the whole sweep here. Okay. That's going to drive me insane. Can I get the whole darn thing here just to kind of see it? Okay, here's the song. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. This here got kind of hard work in here, kind of like a little bit stressful for the listener. My next point was that here, I wonder if we could depart and go off and do a different theme for a while, and then we come back to it later on. We are rewarded that way. So let's just do it. I've already saved a backup for this in case I wind up just hacking this thing horribly. I've backed it up. So at number 55, I'm going to split this. Split. Okay. I'm going to create some space. This guy was left in an ugly position. We can go one full one. I assume it's. What the heck's going on here? First of all, it starts off. Doo 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 doo. It starts off doo doo doo. Yeah, it's okay. It's correct. And then, why this guy's? There we go. What do you know? All right, now I'll just move this one out, make some space for my new interlude. That's where I cut it. No, however, this is the tricky bit. I have to move it exactly one thing, because I want this music to be playing at the same moment in the backing synth as before. So I'm going to go like this and look at it more carefully. Well, this is interesting. He mirrors it. That's odd. That's cool. Let's see here. First of all, let's pay attention here. See what this mirroring goes. Look at that. It looks similar. Right at the last doo-doo. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now, it's just a matter of how accurate did I get it? How careful do I have to be? Pretty careful. It's important to be careful in life. So look, we know that step down, that last step down in the loop, the top loop, happens right at the 3/4 point of a measure. This one happens simply just before that. God, can I? Oh, right. I'll chop this off in a nicer way. I'll make this so boom. I'll chop this off. There. That way I'll be able to kind of make sure it's at the exact previous full measure to make the timing correct. So now I'll just bring it out so that that's full measure, so it makes that line up with the step down guy from the top. Okay, let's give it a try. Find it. Drag this whole darn thing exactly one loopy doop. Let's see. This is hard because it's these long. Okay, here we go. Do 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 do. Okay, let's find the next do 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 do. It's right here. Do 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 do. Okay, the do do is 69 point or whatever it is. It's friggin' 69.75. So he'll go to 69 probably. Let's see if that lines it up. So I think we're taking the thing all the way to 69. So come on, where is it? Oh, this guy will go drag him awkwardly over. Boop. Will that? Hey, it looks pretty good. See, do 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 do, and he joins the do do, and he's a little bit forward. Perfect. So I made my space. So at least this morning I accomplished something. All right. Let's kind of go here. Before I mess with that, I'll make more sounds join. I'm going to have to create way more space than just this one. I'll make it be, look, this thing is hell. I'll drag it to the next one, or I'm going to get good at this. Drag it to the next step down. There's the next step down, so 81 appears to the thing, so I just go boop, 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 boop to 81. Yep, looks good. Now I've got two big gaps. Now, what are these other instruments I have here? I guess nothing, blank instruments. I'm going to delete unused instruments. Unused tracks, that is, great. What was this one sounding? Just now is a chance for me to listen to what this other guy was. I'm going to mute our normal harp and see what this other dude sounds like just for the hell of it. By the way, it's just interesting to me that artificial harp appears to have been created in the synthesizer called Sculpture, which I learned today. Instead of using traditional sampled or analog style synthesis, Sculpture simulates how sound behaves in the physical world, like vibrating string reader membrane, and how it's affected by materials. It's good for realistic or hybrid prucked, bowed, or struck sounds. So it's kind of cool to hear about this thing called Sculpture. Okay, and as we saw, I was looking at before, let's see what Sculpture looks like. Typical, deeply annoying UI that these plugins always have. Trying their hardest to look sci-fi, weirdly sci-fi symmetrical and cheesy brushed metal garbage. And the UI that's trying to prevent understanding. User hate. So, screw this thing, but maybe I'll learn it someday. there could be an interface which would invite me to say, oh, okay, let's play with this. But no, this one says, don't even think about it. Some of these buttons might be fundamentally important. I suppose these big three things and this, but lose the metal. Anyway, I can go into that some other time. Okay, so we got this nice big gap, and I want to bring in another sound, maybe like a padish thing. In fact, probably a padish thing, believe it or not, even though Crystalline Structures is probably a pad. Yep, we might need a second pad here. How many pads do you need in the song Exploratorium? Well, I got to keep with the original theme of this song, which is, so if you know the San Francisco Bay Area, you know the Exploratorium. It's one of those awesome hands-on science museums that were made in the 70s, back when people had optimism. Of course, there's hands-on science museums ever since then, but that was the granddaddy of them, or one of the granddaddies of them. And it was not just like, oh, look, a big thing, turn the knob. It was like that. Turn the knob and you can make the magnet rotate and make the patterns of the metal filings change, blah, blah, blah. But it was huge. It was this gigantic concrete, vast space, probably 6 stories tall, but just empty, in the Palace of Fine Arts, which is this giant thing, which was part of the World's Fair that San Francisco had many a year ago, back in the 10s or 20s, something like that, or 30s or something. And so you'd go in there, and there was this just concrete floor. The place would be often cold as hell, vast, and you just walk through, and there'd be like some, naturally 50 or 100 or more of these various exhibits that were made by these bearded, smart, passionate science exhibit students, whatever they were, these wonderful people that made this Exploratorium. But it was so huge, and it was cold and concrete, so the echo of what? The echo of there was some arc being made by some terrifyingly giant chunk of electricity, echoing off the strange walls through the cold air with some, bunch of sullen high school students kind of stumble around. It's the echo. It's the concrete echo of the giantness that this song reminded me of, and that's so this spirit of this song is trying to what? Evoke and develop that spirit of the concrete, because that's gone now. That's the friggin' point. The Exploratorium has been moved to apparently larger, but carpeted and accessible and well funded by .com, Silicon Valley. It's bigger, it's better, but it doesn't have the same spirit. That's me being crabby. So I gotta bring in a new friggin', good job, blow everything. Excuse me, please don't do that. Thank God I undid that. All right, good. So now I'm gonna make a new instrument. I'm just gonna make an instrument like this way, and then I'm going to unmute it, and then I'm going to change it to Bent Beyond. That's kind of cool. Hey, with the first try, a random stab into the left pane there in this section. What is this? Oh, it's synthesizer plucked. So maybe this is all about plucked synthesizers. This is made by Alchemy. I like it, but of course the sad thing is I would be leaning so heavily on the creativity of the people who made this plugin. But let's play it with it, see how it goes. Down, and it's doing hours-ish on this recording and come back later. But for now, I just simply have to ponder this quandary of I want to just listen to that plugin and make it be the song, but that's just deeply wrong. Like, what am I doing? I'm holding my finger on E. It's like, what? All right. Have a good one. And I'm back. Sorry for the delay. So I did some thinking on what I'm going to do here. I believe last time I had already made this gap. I want to put some stuff here. But then in that gap, I'm sorry I was absent, I put some little light, soft, little repetitive beeping noises. Now this first one, it sounds crappy. Please ignore the crappy aspect of it and just try to embrace the good aspect of it. And then it gets better sounding at this point here. So for the hell of it, I will catch you up on that. You're cruising along here, right? You're going along. End of this part A. This is all part A. You're familiar with ba-boo-boo, right? You gotta. But listen, here it comes. It's coming. Sorry, I spoiled the beginning by having the metronome on while we were listening to it. But now you hear it. But I need to quantize it because it fucks up. But then notice how it changes after this gap. So I like this. And so what I want to do is this first note, this part B needs to sound more uplifting, more human, more cool, and that first note guy is the key. Listen to that this first triad. So you can see that as the theme. That's the hope and the awakening. So, and I figured out. So now it's a matter of I wanted to return to that sooner because right now I go and then it goes back to and I want to shift it, buddy. So I'm gonna copy this first part and it's gonna come again pretty soon after. So I'm gonna find the insert point, which is what I was doing when I push record here. So for the hell of it, I'll find that insert point. Cut this here and put in the do do do. Okay, so flippity. And I notice I cut it right at the bar. And and that's what I was doing when I started recording. I was like, how long is this damn cycle again? And I can finally see this cycle. Oh, give me a break, will you? What? only now am I realizing that this darn thing has its repeat point on a completely random spot, which is disheartening. It's totally annoying. Let's move the whole composition so that it lines up. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, what I'm gonna say save. I'm gonna save a backup because I'm gonna save a copy as and save it as a backup in case I wind up screwing things up badly here. So here's I give my naming scheme, the backup. Ooh, I already have a backup. I have to make a backup 2. Cancel. Backup 2. Great. Now, I'm not in the backup now. I'm in the original. This entire composition is going to drag so that the loop starts on the what? Starts on the friggin' measure. Okay, so I've got everything selected, right? Everything's selected. And where am I going to do it from? From 2, the whole thing. Now, I kind of assume this is still going to sound good. You never know. And of course, my thing is so spaced out, it'd be hard to tell. But everything got dragged together, so it should be fine. Ready? Of course, it's fine, and this will be fine. Sorry. Good stuff. That came in at just the right random ass moment. And I also gotta turn the metronome for a second just to make sure it all kind of. There you go. See that? Boom, boom. Okay, so now I can measure this thing finally. I knew the other day how many measures this loop was, but let's see here. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bars long. I could have subtracted 14 minus 12, but minus 2. So it's 12 bars. It's a 12-bar blues. Bring some Blind Willie Nelson in here or whatever. Now, I know my gap that I'm spacing this guy out, I want to drag him exactly 12 because I want him to stay in sync with the loop. Loopy-doop. 12, you say. Well, I want to see these darn things. So that's what is. Oh, is this because I was cutting it before or something? This is interesting. Bing, bong. Oh, this is my new thing. This is not necessarily. Oh, that's the. What? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm going to back up my brain. I got a little confused there. Again. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, these are still on the bars. So the tricky bit is this one, which I want to, who I want to drag. This one, which I want to drag, who I want to drag, does not have his beginning of his tape, his segment B right. Oh, so annoying. It's fine. Boom. Does he end? I'll make him. Okay, he ends on it. So I'm going to extend that out so that it ends on a thing, and that way I'll use that for my measuring, because the beginning doesn't go random bars. I don't want to deal with that. So I can extend this. Am I correct? excuse me, boop. I don't want to loop it. I want to drag it bigger. Okay, he ends on 111, and I want to push him by 12. Okay. 125. 111 plus 111 plus 12 is 125. No, it's not. 111 plus 12 is 123. I think. 123. Yes, 123. So this will go all the way to 123. Whatever. He will end at 123. There we go. He was just dragged 12. I'm going to undo and see that the ding-dong came sort of like just before the third dip. Double checking my work here, you know what I'm saying? Ding-dong comes with the third dip. 1, 2, 3. Yep, it does. So I redo. Okay, he's 12 down. All of this friggin' last 25 minutes was trying to drag that thing over. Okay, all right. Oh, and also I want to drag him if I can. I want him to start. Do I? Yeah, I want him to start on a. All other things equal, I want him to start on a. I think so. Boop. I'm not gonna this. That's still ending right in the line. Oh, look, it's remembering previous crap. Give me a break. Hold on. It's remembering previous ghost of previous existence. I've got to go there and delete that crap. So please go here. This gets deleted. Okay, so now he starts on a thing. As you can see, much of life is friggin' administrative tasks. All right, now, finally, let's remind ourselves. I want to go doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Very heartwarming and full of optimism. This is awesome. The greatest song ever made. Now this one I'm not gonna. This one I want to make it so that that little guy there comes in. When I copy him, that is. Okay, that's interesting. I don't really know, but we'll just have to experiment with it. I'm not going to drag us another freaking 24. I'm going to drag us another 20. Another 12, I mean. Boom. He's at 101. 113. Made more space. Okay. This is the longest task you've ever seen. I'm just going to copy him now to help my brain progress. I'll put him here for now. Oh, excuse me. Click on this thing first, then copy. I'm getting better at this. Excuse me. I'm the clown. The clown. Son of a bitch. This is the thing. Now I only click on this one. Now I copy. Now I click on 93 and paste it. Fine. Now, the key is, where does this note come in? Do 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 or something. I think that's how it goes. No, it's not. But whatever. He likes to come in right. Come on. Good Lord, that's so. tiny note. Okay. His first note splits the boundary of a step down. That's a technical term for me trying to figure out the world. Splits the boundary of a step down. Here's a step down. I'm going to split that boundary. My God, is it like automatically working? That's hilarious. It does it. Okay. There's something mathematical happened there that I don't know. But there's the boundary of a step down, and that first note is splitting it. So it just had to stick it on the end there. Somebody was smarter than me and saw that coming, and I didn't see it coming. All right. So now we actually listen to it and see if what I've done sounds like crap. So this is the optimism is going to continue here, okay? Ready? So it's lined up okay, but man, he sounds good when he's on when he's on this part of the progression. And I want him to sound good. I don't want him to be hugging this other part of the procession. So I've got to make it be the final step down. Let's see if I can probably eyeball it. That's the final step down. That first note has to split the final step down. There. Okay. Final step down. So this means we have this bigger gap here. More minimalism, more time taken, more. Wait, I want to listen to it longer. Embraces that lower part of the progression. And here the listener who has to wait in anticipation. Good though. I like it. And then what happens here? Okay, it's kind of funny that note is hidden. There he is. Okay. Now I've repeated that thing. So that means the upshot of all that is I wanted that beautiful thing to be repeated twice because it's nice and it sets the voice for this part B. Now, this guy, what goes here? And where did he used to be? God only knows. Well, he used to be. I think he came right after this, so I'll just try this. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have. Oh, God. Do you remember? When I brought this out, I shouldn't have done that because it would have clicked nicely onto that. But it's fine. I'll just make it line up. So look. The first note is like that. Okay? Take the thing and it hovers in the zone prior to the top O apostrophe, the bar thing, whatever. What I'm talking about. I know I need to make space there, so I've done that. He's going to hug the first bar that comes along, which is that one there. So, boop, excuse me, boop. He's going to hug that. There. It sure would be nice if this would line up nice. Or maybe it will. Maybe everybody understands that but me. Boop. Yep. There's the bar. He hides in that zone there. So I believe this is the lineup. Let's see if it sounds good. All of this to insert this. Sorry. Stuff. This guy needs to repeat and go longer. Happy, happy. Ba-ba. Need more space here, peeps. All right, boom. He's going to come out. This majestic, lovely progression is going to go longer. Go long. All right, now we are now, basically 5 minutes, 22 seconds into this song, and it's going to get longer and longer. Now, I'm going to change the tune a bit, shift my work onto a different thing, and that is that both this chunk, which is the and this is which is the they both need to be fixed / quantized / something. Let's just listen to it and see how it sounds. Popping up again, annoying me more later. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, that's section A. No, I might as well at least separate that out. They're two radically different concepts, and there's no reason for this. Boop, boop. And let's do this. I'll just chop one little bit out, just so the world can see. There. And now the new one, which I think does need some quantizing later. See, here's where you start clapping and stomping your feet. This is when the bass thing is flawed. The tap 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 is flawed. The world. It's nice that it does that little flippy dip at the end there. Maybe this doon doon, this step down could happen right at the same time as the take out. Look, let's take out each. We'll sequentially take out, because look, the gap between each of these ding dongs is 2 bars. So I'm going to take out 2 bars here to just shorten. It's all about math, my friend. What am I doing? I'm treating this like it's a word processor. Boom, split regions. Boom, split regions. This fellow is going to go off to hang out. And he comes in. Now, this is still off. I'm going to make it so there's only 2 ding-dongs, so I'm going to take out 1 more. This will be hidden, and mute these 2 guys in case they bother me later. Mute. This guy comes in. Oh, now it comes in too soon for the step down. What the heckington? Oh, that's unfortunate. It's either too early or too late. Well, then I'll go like this then. I'll leave a gap. There. Now it comes down to the step down time. Maybe it'll sound good. The 2 things go low. I bet it sounds nice. So, 1 sec here. Up. It's not majestic, but it's kind of cool. This can go longer just to satisfy something. Boom. This note's going to get way longer because it's a grand thing that's happening. Let's drag it along. All right. Again, it didn't blow my mind, but it's. And also, I'm unsure about this stuff. Whatever. Think about it in the shower. Putting 1 more bong, like just kind of, so he kind of peters out mechanically. He gets stuck there. So I'm going to copy this note, or can I add I'll add a new note right here. Create a note. Thank you. Just not that long. Thank you. Excuse me, that was disgusting. I apologize. Honestly, it's not fun to hear burp for no damn reason. I'm sorry for that. Just stupid. Let's see how it sounds with this new note. Yeah, I like that. And furthermore, I want this. No, where is it? The step downs, I want them to be in sync. It's like these two things finally held hands at the very end. So I want these two to rhythmically. Basically, this guy is too damn short. Boom, boom. He needs to go longer. Go long. Whoop, that's too long. Yeah, a little bit longer. Let's listen to this. Maybe that's close enough. Don't just be like completely lockstep. You know what I'm saying? These pointless dudes are pointless, but I'll keep them anyway. I want there to be a longer gap of time for that note, that second note. Drag him. 4. I don't know. And now this sounds a little bit boring when they're perfectly in lockstep. If they're off like bang 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 bang, then it'll like accentuate the two things are coming together like friends, like new friends. The bottom one is the guy to mess with because he was the one that was messy before. Make him start later. Maybe that's good enough. Is that really that close? I want to go dun dun dun. I made it later. I can do this all day. Oh, I'm so dumb. I was thinking they were like similar sounds. They're not. It's the deep bass thing. And the listener's only listening to this top line melody, this da-da-dum. So it's kind of moot. So I'm going to undo that last thing I did. It's good enough. Let's do it one more time and then call it a day for this task. Yeah, it's good. A little bit clunky, a little bit good. And I like that length there. We are now done with part B. What part B, what part C should be, God only knows. Put this here, chop this off so it's nice and neat. Okay, so part A sounds good. Part B brings in more warmth. The song, as we said, is now 5 minutes and 22 seconds long. The bip, bip, bip. This, we've decided this first one its flaws are not that bad. This second one has some bad bits. And I should just, this is supposed to be when it becomes almost mechanical, this second one. So I don't mind mechanizing this. Now, however, yeah, let's be honest. God. Look, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to try it hyper-mechanized. If it doesn't work, then I'll revert. All right, so I'll say, you know what I'm saying. Oh, here, I'm going to duplicate this guy. So I think it's Option. Boop. There we go. Option, drag, and then I'll mute the first guy, and I'll start hacking away. I don't want to mute the first guy. I'm going to mute only this. What am I doing? This is the original one. This is good, so there's no reason to build him again. Boom. This one here, I'm going to mute the original version and start hacking on this mofo, including fixing that. Now, first I'll fix that damn little error. Hold on. Let's be smart here. I'm fixing it in 2 places because I'm dumb. There it is. The finger slipped. Maybe that was the thing that made everything good, you know. Boop. Second guy. Boop. Boop. Okay, fix that blemish. Mute the original guy because you might want him again. Here's our new guy, and we're gonna look at him from above and see what he looks like. Look, beeps of four notes. And I don't think it's be all that bad if they're on the. In fact, look, sometimes they are. Right on there. So it's just going to be, so the new version, my friend, is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 16 of them suckers. So I'm going to grab, what am I going to do? So this is the rudimentary thing of the world, and I'm going to make it a headache somehow. I'm going to quantize this entire thing. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16th. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like boy, I chose a good low because that is not bad. And I want there to be another one. There we go. The listener's coming along. Right here. Yes, yes. Damn thing. Oh my God, somewhere along the line I friggin' chopped that thing, but it's easily fixed. Sorry, back to where we were. Life is too hard. I will fix that previous one also. Okay, here we go. Ready? Did that start too soon? He started before his friend note did, so I should chop out that first one. Or it starts right when. Take that out. mistake, and I recognize it. It's for the It's for the looping. I might want to have it. Quantizing do the trick. I thought it would screw up. I like it. This is easy. I'm not against easy things. I want this to extend longer, and I want to make a segment that matches perfectly with this top fellow. Why is that? Oh, God. Is that 98? Yes. See, I know that sometimes it lipped over. I like how it lipped over. Makes me worry. Look, let's just try it. What am I doing? Splitting a region. What's that noise? Sorry, I'm going to see what the noise is. Sometimes people get up early in the morning and they make cake. Can't complain. Split regions. Is that right on the thing? Yeah. Okay, so there's the repeating segment. Yep, I can dig it. Now, but I need to start at the same time. I'm going to be a jerk, and I'm going to dictate it from now on. So I'm going to mute this guy, push him off to purgatory. Copy. This thing, boom. This thing, copy. Paste. Okay, this is going way too far, but whatever. Okay, we'll decide when this should fade out, but at least now I can sort of listen through. It should have it all the way through. He just dies out. what's happened, and I'm going to wrap up, actually. It's a good stopping point, and I've got things to do. I'll tell you what I can do. Since I can toss this fellow. I can toss this fellow. Bring this gang. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Up to join his friend. Or should I? Yeah. Still line up nicely. I'm just being paranoid now. Actually, it should go do doop doop doop. So it should not start until that second note starts. Do 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 do. So like. Yeah, take one more off. See that? Do, 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 do. And maybe even one after that. Oh, God. It's a long note there. Yeah, it's good. It's better than it was. I'll try taking off one more just to be sure. Where's this note was not? Oh, it's just another 10 seconds of your life, that's all. Yeah, it's better to have that first note. Press Control C. Save your work. Be happy. Boom. These guys can be resurrected some other day. This is our song, Bent Beyond. Someday I'll tell you the story of Bent Beyond. Listen to Bent Beyond. You hear that? That's one note. I'm sorry, it's the greatest preset ever. Holding it down. It's just great. And it works perfectly with the song. But I don't feel like integrating the song because it's so completely engineered by some other person. I feel like that's not my music, even though it's one preset. So anyway, thank you much. I'll see you next time. Hey. So, I'm back. When you saw me last, I was working on, I was bringing in that plucky bass, boom, 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 and I had two phases. There's the first part, which was a doubled up, and then later I went to regular, and I, excuse me, that's the best part. I was working harder on that doubled up one. I liked it to begin with, and I realized it didn't fit with the actual rhythm of the thing. And when I tried to rationalize it to make it be sharper, it became clear that it didn't fit. I said, Eric, simplify things. So I just stuck with the nicer bass one, and I regularized it. So this row all here is all that. It sounds nice. So I put that in. Also, in your absence, I told you I was playing with Bent Beyond, the funkiest of funky. I'm sorry, that's the funkiest music preset you've ever heard. Just mechanical malfunction chaos. I love it. And I want to put it in a song. At the same time, it's so kind of, it does so much. It does this kind of like, it's almost a composition what it does. I feel like those are decisions that should be made by the songwriter, and this thing is doing it for me. So I'm hesitant to put it in there, but I like it. So I'm put it in this little slot in the middle here. So when part B of the song starts up, or whatever, this part here, Right at the same time as the comes in, you'll see that also Bent Beyond starts its malfunctioning madness. So I like it. So there you go. Anyway, let's just play it. All right, you've heard it before. You'll hear it again, but this is sort of a good final version A. All right. Thank you much. Let's give it a shot. you've heard it all the way through. I love it. It's like a perfect song. I don't foresee it needing more stuff added to it, but who knows? Maybe after 3 or 4 days, I'll go, wait, hold on. It needs a lush vocal to be added to it somewhere. But not now. Maybe after I'll get some feedback. Although, whatever. Anyway, thank you much. I'm happy the song has reached its little level A plateau, and I appreciate you being here to watch it. And thank you, and see you later. Bye-bye.